can be reflected by mere hitting them. So it's going to be a lot of baseball between those
Yeah,
two.
I would love to see some inhale shenanigans.
Yeah.
With
And
the,
also,
with
of course,
the sun
Dedede
salutation.
with the inhale, right, where you can also reflect the deep, not the deep breathing, the sun salutation, which could really hurt, actually. Full charged reflected sun salutation is going to inflict a lot of damage if that happens.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. That matchup could be very explosive, or it could be very lame.
Alright, and now we see some nice rock, paper, scissors gameplay, but Dedede already losing frame 1, so very unfortunate.
But I mean, if he's capable of beating Ramses, then I'm sure he's gonna put up a fight against Hirschulat. And now we see those two discussing the bans in not safety distance.
I also want to talk about the shirt there. I don't know if you can read it, but it's a very nice shirt. I'm not going to read it on stream, but it's nice.
I love this thing. One of our TOs in Austria also rocks this, and it just always looks funny. The face shield, I think it's called.
It's a face shield, I believe. Yeah, but I think I can definitely see how it is more comfortable, especially if you're playing, right?
Especially if you're like him, if you have glasses. Of course, you can like put the mask like under your glass, so it doesn't do the foggy glasses. But it's probably a good alternative.
Exactly, yeah, and it provides close to the same protection for others. This is like the main reason for masks anyway, right? So. It's definitely helping, and it's a good alternative if you are on stage and you want to play, and if you don't want to have something in your face.
The only thing I would be afraid of, not really afraid, but concerned, if I was wearing a face shield, that it obstructs the view a little bit, because of course it's not glass, so it's like plastic or something, so that it's not.
That depends if you have your cleaner on deck, right? Those cleaning towels, maybe you can just wipe it off. Okay. But in any case, we have Dedede against Granit's own Hirschulat, and Hirschulat not wasting any time going right in against the Dedede relative. And as I say that, he runs back actually. So actually retreating now to the ledge, as you do against as a Wii Fit player, you know.
Yeah, both characters actually have pretty decent ledge trapping. Of course, Wii Fit with all the projectiles, but. Dedede with the bouncing Gordo can actually put some very challenging ledge traps. Oh, but Hirschulat answering pretty well. Now the reverse sun salutation.
Sun salutation, very nice. And actually the sticky on the wall confirms it into the down air as well.
Yeah.
Very nice.
It was a very hard situation for Hirschulat. He would have basically needed to outmaneuver the Gordo, which would have opened him up for counterattack. But if he went straight to, he would have been hit by the Gordo.
Yeah,
so
and I think he had to, because he was too low. So he had to go straight for the ledge, and there was no escaping that because the Gordo stuck to it. So unfortunately there for Hirschulat, not really an escapable situation, but still has the D. One more D. They're on 130%. So one strong hit here could potentially just take off the stock.
I'm not even sure, because Dedede is so heavy. So even with deep breathing, of course, but it's an ordinary strong dash hit.
Yeah.
I think that was also the last second of deep breathing.
Okay, a very interesting interaction between the ball and the Gordo there, both projectiles being reflectable, getting reflected and then reflecting again, I believe. Really interesting interaction between those projectiles.
Dedede's inhale is actually pretty interesting in terms of potential reflecting, because a lot of reflectors in this game have a limit on when they break, and Dedede's inhale doesn't have that. The only difference is that the projectile might be too fast that he can't really initiate the inhale anymore.
So that was super funny, what we saw right there, because the ball that Dedede reflected bounced off the wind box of the of the charge of the sun salutation. So and Dedede got hit by it. That is, I would be tilted like that. Something.
If I remember correctly, the wind box of the charge of sun salutation is actually affected by how much percent you have. So I remember seeing that we fit at like 99% in trainings mode, just blowing people away with the with the windbox. It's so funny.
Yeah.
Of course, it's not gonna be occurring in any ordinary match because you don't really reach those percents, but it's still something very funny.
But yeah, now Hirschulat, he has to make something happen really soon. Actually, just almost gets hit by the god, just dodges in time. But he's already at 140%, and basically every move that Dedede has will kill at this point if it's hit with the sweet spot. So he basically cannot get hit, and he's doing a really good job, at it right now. So definitely some comeback chances. There's the back air, that's going to do it.
Yeah, back air is really strong.
A little bit of a suspect eye as well, not expecting it maybe, and getting killed off the side there.
Well, what I'm looking forward is because at least 3 weeks ago, I played a first to 10 against Dedede, and he kept inhaling me while I was in shield. So if the opponent is shielding a lot, Dedede actually has some kind of command grab. Of course, inhale doesn't lead into very much, at least other than disadvantage, but it's still something to be mindful of.
All right.
But
so I wonder if
game 1. Dedede's making a good case for himself to actually advance into winners top 32.
He's looking really strong right now, especially against such a high caliber player as Hirschulat. So let's see if he can keep that upset streak going here that he has started against, who was it again?
And we're going to Kalos, which means we have a lot of space to throw projectiles.
Yeah, and also lots of places to stick Gordus to, as we see right there on the wall. So Hirschulat really has to move around with that recovery around those if Dedede can get to.
I want to see how both of these players utilize their bouncing projectiles in combination with the Kalos platforms. If there's going to be some crazy ledge traps / edge guards.
Nice parry. The ball's still active actually. It is active so long that Dedede still got hit by that.
Hirschulat loves to do that. I think he nares the ball, which sends him in an upwards curve, and it stays out a very long time. Okay. Yeah, he gave Hirschulat a little bit too much space, and he could initiate deep breathing and the fully charged sun salutation.
Yep, but nice dash attack there on the ledge. It's actually a really good two-framing tool because the hitbox lasts so long. Like actually ridiculously long. I mean, the move of course quite punishable, but if you're off stage, then you might not be in the position. So it's a really good, two-framing tool, which Dedede actually hit the sour spot off. So, but still, now
that could have been dangerous.
Yeah,
he was looking to get the back air, but Dedede just managed to sneak in an air dodge in there.
It's actually looking dangerous for Hirschulat as well. He was in the lead so early, but Dedede is still living, of course. Dedede is extremely heavy. Oh my goodness!
I like the confidence.
Yeah.
You would need to have a certain amount of confidence at this stage of the tourney to just go for these crazy reads.
Definitely, yeah. Okay, Dedede's still living. But there's the second ball. Very nice. Good snipe by Hirschulat, knowing the angles of the balls, of course. That sounds really wrong in the wrong context, but
it's actually, I just noticed that the Kalos platform could be a little bit annoying for Dedede, because he tried to get the typical ledge guard / ledge trap with the bouncing Gordo, but it actually bounces on the platform, so Hirschulat had enough space and time to recover in that situation. But of course it's Hirschulat's counter pick, so maybe that's why he picked it.
That might actually be it, yeah. And of course now Hirschulat is just gonna hold down the fort, be very safe, throw projectiles, just keep the Dedede out. Because Dedede, not the fast character, actually lives that Gordo. Very surprising to me, actually. But that's all of that one. Yeah.
I was saying Hirschulat doing a very good job at staying alive, but that Gordo sealed the deal.
Yeah, and of course, if both casters talk about the player staying alive, that player is not going to be alive for much longer, right? But still a 100% lead here on on Hirschulat's side, rather, I should say. So
But
he
how
has some
Hirschulat
ground
is
to make
playing
up.
right now is really challenging for DD. He plays a very keep-away game, so DD needs to find some way to get in and to push advantage, because that's how he will get percent.
Right, nice inhale to get rid of the ball and get rid of the Wii Fit trainer as well. If you're at it, you know, just keep inhaling all the things. Yeah, that is more projectile shenanigans.
He's very struggling to get in, and if we look if we look at that matchup on the paper, he went into that little anti-lag because he failed the deep breathing and he got hit by it. He can be thankful that it was only a weak fair.
Yeah. Actually, you know, I like the offstage play of DD there in the interaction, but
I think it's actually the first time we've seen an up smash from DD. I like DDDs usually go for up smashes, especially if the opponents have moves that tend to cross them up, because of course it hits in the front and in the back.
Yeah, very true. The faster option for that would be up tilt as well. Actually a kill option as well. If the opponent is like at 120, then up tilt will kill pretty early, because it got buffed in the last patch as well, if I am remembering correctly. So that's
DD got a few buffs that a lot of people were pretty sad about. Of course, not the DD remains.
Yeah, not the DD mains, definitely not. But still, it feels like it wasn't quite the buff that DDD needed to get particularly relevant, but you can see that you can definitely make something work, as DD shows right here.
It's the classic way of Nintendo buffing characters. Oh wow!
Yeah,
that's 1-1. That's the first. I think it's the first.
That's
game
the first game 3. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. DD doing a little stretch. I think that game was very stressful for him.
Oh yeah.
But now he gets to counter pick. So let's. I'm very curious on which stage he's gonna counter pick Hirschulat on.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I think Waltz might actually be good for him, because he has more places to stick the Gordo to. So he might, you know, the two stages that we have with Waltz are Yoshi's and
we
Carlos
actually
that
have
we
the rules
just saw.
here, so we can look at the possibilities.
Yeah, but I think it's just Yoshi's and Carlos which have actually solid Waltz.
Yeah.
So. I wonder if he's gonna pick one of those, because Carlos didn't really work for him, so he might actually go to Yoshi's for a little bit less space, more pressure.
Maybe the little slant on Yoshi stage doesn't really benefit the Gordos. I'm not sure.
Not if you want to set up those slow bouncing Gordos on the ledge, then they're gonna hop
maybe
away.
can initiate some bounce that bounces off stage, if the geometry in the game is right.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And you know, Wii Fit and Dedede, they're all about this geometry, you know? Especially Wii Fit, I feel like so much geometry going on.
Yeah. Now we just need the Pac-Man, how's it called? Not
the Galaga.
Galaga, right.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's also lots of geometry. And the bell as well, with the sinus curve
and
there.
The apple that goes diagonal downwards. There's some geometry in Smash. There's some lessons that can be learned from.
So basically, what I would suggest is every math teacher, you know, pick up Smash, play with your pupils, and then geometry.
And now we're entering small battlefield once more.
So the first stage that we started with will be the one we are going back to, because you know DD, he won on it, so why not go back to it, right?
Yeah, because we have no stage class. That means that DD can just go back to it if he wants.
Yeah. Exactly, and there's the baseball game, the hammer into the football. Nice down smash to cover basically everything. Yeah.
Now Dedede is in that advantage game that he wants to be in.
There's up tilt, not quite killing yet, but very close. Nice parry, but you know, Hirschulat, he is there.
Yeah, I like how Hirschulat is always avoiding the up airs.
Oh, there's the crouch. Look at this magnificent Dedede.
I mean, if my character could do that, I would also do that every time.
Yeah, definitely.
Because taunts are too rude, but that crouch is it's like not a taunt in itself, but it's still
definitely
it still gets to the other player's head.
Right, and now DD, you know, still with those giant hitboxes, just keeping Hirschulat out, and Hirschulat not finding a way in just yet. only 57% on DD, and he's already taken the first stock and 77% off Hirschulat here.
DD actually has the opportunity to now just lean back and just wait for opportunities, because Hirschulat needs to approach now.
And he's also very close to hitting there.
You saw how DD struggled to get in the last game. He doesn't need to do that anymore, so he's in a really confident... I'm not sure if that was an SD.
What happened there? I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, it was really weird. Normally the up B goes long, or maybe he didn't mash right. Definitely not what you want to see.
He might have buffered an air dodge as well. I didn't quite see.
Yeah.
But there it is. Oh, not actually killing DDD.
DDD is so heavy.
Thick boy.
I don't want to lie, but he's definitely one of the heaviest
I
fighters.
think he's the second heaviest after Bowser, actually.
Oh, don't get me started on Bowser's weight. At Bowser in general, I'm a big adversary of the Bowser as a character.
Yeah, we spoke earlier, and you were already quite mad when the Bowser was on screen playing. Dark Thunder, I believe it was. Actually, a super good player as well.
Yeah, of course, he's a good player. But that doesn't mean I need to like his character.
No, that is very true.
He's a loving guy, so no hate towards him.
I actually entered the convention with him together, with the security and all that. Got to talk to him a little bit. Nice reflect.
The tech. Okay, which lead into an up smash, but at those percents, it's not really that big of a problem.
Yeah,
now it needs to be careful.
You know, DD can still play it fairly slow because he's still up the stock, but he has to be careful.
The up smash. Yeah, he's in complete stock lead. So
reflect.
Oh, nice. That was the mix-up. He expected it to. Hirschulat expected that he sort of throws the Godor up so it goes down again, but he immediately sent it towards him, which caught him by surprise.
Disappointed.
Yeah, good stuff there.
Definitely understandable.
Yeah, of course.
But nonetheless, a actually really good match between those two. The first game 3 we have seen since we joined the stream here. So
yes.
Definitely a cool match between those two. And now it's going to be Honk against someone.
It's not Synthro, because I know they're... Of course, I'm in the wrong bracket again. Once more.
It's B1.
We're getting... Safari Wizard. Of course.
Oh, there it is. Okay. So we're actually going to have Safari Wizard on stream now against Honk. So actually quite a high-seeded match between those two. Both players.
Yeah, it's Luigi versus Pit. Yeah. Which can be annoying for Luigi.
Yeah, especially off stage, right?
Especially